Silence, stillness, absolute lethal intent. In the deep bush, the end comes without a warning siren. It hides, waits, and measures the distance. When the trap finally snaps shut, it happens faster than your brain can process the image. Hidden beneath dry leaves or baking on cracked earth. One of evolution's most perfect assassins is locked and loaded. It looks like chaos, but don't be fooled. This is total control. Raw power isn't the serpent's only weapon. They master the art of timing, a skill honed over millions of years. Every coil of muscle is intentional. Every frozen moment is a math problem being solved. Out here, hesitation is a death sentence, and confidence is built on precision that never draws a drop of blood until it has to. The cobra rises from the dust, slow, regal. It defies gravity, lifting its upper body like a rope charmer's trick. The hood flares out broad and terrifying. This isn't a defensive bluff born of panic. It is a proclamation, a biological do not enter sign, burned into the DNA of everything that sees it. The atmosphere gets heavy. The cobra sways, rhythmic and hypnotic. It's not looking with eyes, it's tasting the air. That forked tongue flicks, sampling chemical data left just moments ago. It feels the footfalls vibrating through the soil. Something is alive nearby. Heart beating, muscles tense, and then the world goes into hyperspeed. The ambush explodes from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye. No wind-up, no telegraphing. The fangs launch forward, injecting a toxic cocktail designed to hijack the nervous system and shut down the lights. Paralysis is immediate. Nature doesn't reward sloppy work. It demands perfection. But the hunter is rarely alone in the wilderness. A streak of fur breaks the standoff. Low-slung, agile, cocky. The mongoose steps into the ring, dancing just millimeters outside the kill zone. The cobra snaps once, twice, but hits nothing but air. Every missed strike burns precious calories. The mammal weaves through the danger zone, moving a split second ahead of the bite. This isn't luck. This is an evolutionary arms race in real time. Toxic chemistry clashes with lightning reflexes. The cobra, built to rule through fear, is staring down an opponent that just doesn't care. The dirt becomes a chessboard, and one wrong move clears the board permanently. One bad read, one slow reaction. That's all it takes to end the game. But this face-off is just the opening act. If your heart is pounding, keep your eyes on the screen. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stick around because we are about to push the limits of survival. The fight might end, but the hunger never sleeps. It waits patient and unforgiving. As one loser fades into the background, a new chance for a meal presents itself. A rustle in the dry grass. A flash of green on the dusty floor. Dinner has made a mistake, and the rules of engagement shift instantly. No feelings involved, no second thoughts. Just pure instinct sharpening into a weapon. The serpent locks in. The tongue works overtime, flickering in rapid bursts. Eyesight takes a back seat. Now it smells the world in high definition. Every tremor in the dirt creates a 3D map of the chase. Up ahead, a small creature scrambles, clueless that its frantic escape is leaving a chemical highway for the hunter to follow. Panic makes it run fast, but fear makes it sloppy. The prey thinks it's safe, freezing against a pile of debris, holding its breath, praying that invisibility works. But you can't hide your heat or your scent from a master tracker. The snake coils like a compressed spring. Then snap. The strike is violent and instantaneous. The struggle is over before it begins. A chase that lasted minutes ends in a fraction of a second. Consuming the prize is a marvel of biological engineering. It's not messy, it's methodical. Jaws unhinge, stretching beyond logical limits. Ligaments expand to drag the meal down the gullet inch by agonizing inch. The hunter breathes while it swallows, morphing its own body to accommodate the fuel it needs to keep going. This is nature at its most ruthless and efficient. But there is no downtime in the wild. Just as the meal is finished, a new scent hits the sensors. Another snake. A competitor. This isn't about filling a belly anymore. This is war for turf status and power. The predator moves in cautious now, knowing the stakes have skyrocketed. You don't waste venom on a peer unless you have to. Every motion is calculated risk. If you want to see what happens when killers turn on each other when venom fights, venom don't go anywhere. Tap subscribe, brace yourself, and get ready. We're entering a chapter where backing down isn't an option. The air gets thick when two apex predators cross paths. This isn't a random meeting. Two serpents, one patch of earth, one driving need to rule. Coexistence is a myth here. Someone breaks or someone dies. Bodies rise up, heads high, muscles locked in a tense standoff. Neither wants to throw the first punch. They freeze, weighing the heavy price of a single error. The first strike is silent, a blur of motion, teeth bared, bodies tangling into a knot. They don't strike in anger. They strike with cold precision. It's a tactical decision. One absorbs the blow, rolling with the punch to minimize injury scales, grinding against scales as the wrestling match intensifies. Every second burns fuel. Every twist risks exposing a weak spot. The tide turns. One fighter starts to flag reactions, lagging muscles failing as the toxicity takes hold. The winner doesn't rush the finish. It tightens the grip, using leverage and gravity to seal the deal. Winning out here isn't just about being strong. It's about patience, economy of motion, and knowing when your opponent is already dead on their feet. As the loser stops moving, the victor begins the ultimate act of dominance. Cannibalism is the final proof of superiority. You don't claim land with flags, you claim it by eating the competition. Another rival wiped off the map. A grim reminder that even among monsters there is always a bigger fish. But making noise attracts attention. From the periphery, new players are watching. Faster, meaner. A different breed of hunter is closing in, one designed by nature to laugh at venom. The scales are about to tip. If you want to witness speed and brains going head-to-head with lethal toxicity, stay tuned. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel, and keep watching. The hunter is about to become the hunted. The snake isn't the only owner of this turf. A new challenger steps up low to the ground, wired and totally fearless. This thing doesn't need poison or size. It uses timing. Its eyes lock onto the subtle twitch of a muscle, the coil that screams incoming. This creature exists because its ancestors survived the impossible. The snake snaps, launching a missile of fangs. The jaws clamp down on nothing but empty space. The challenger pivots, sidesteps, and closes the gap in a blur. Dust flies as they tangle and separate over and over. It's a deadly rhythm. Strike, dodge, counter, reset. One mistake is all it takes. The serpent has the range and the chemical weapon, but that weapon is useless if it misses. Exhaustion sets in, stealing the fraction of a second that separates life from death. The furry hunter presses the attack, forcing the snake to slip up. One bad lunge changes the history books. The challenger sees the opening, bites down, and doesn't let go. The fight doesn't end with a roar. It ends with silence. But nobody wins forever. Elsewhere, armor beats speed. A creature in a shell ignores the strikes entirely. Fangs bounce off bone and keratin. Frustration turns to fatigue, and eventually the snake has to flee. The wild teaches a hard lesson: aggression doesn't solve every puzzle. As the sun dips, death comes from the sky. Wings slice the air. A shadow drops like a stone. The ground predator never sees it coming. Aerial speed meets terrestrial precision, and gravity settles the score. The hierarchy reshuffles again, proving that who wins depends entirely on the battlefield. If you made it this far, you just saw nature with the gloves off. Stick with us. Like the video, hit subscribe, and get ready for the finale where survival, power, and instinct go to war one last time. The ultimate showdown launches not with carnage, but with discipline. Two titans rear up, intertwining coils in a wrestling match rather than a strike. This isn't predation. It's a trial of dominance. Raw power versus grit. Every shift is calculated, every push declares rank. Deadly toxins are withheld not for kindness but for mutual self-preservation. A solitary error in this lethal dance guarantees a dual fatality. Fatigue sets in as sinews scream and stability wavers. Eventually, the underdog buckles, pinned ruthlessly into the sand. The triumph is soundless, total, and completely devoid of gore. Out in the bush, staying alive often hinges on withholding the death blow. The victor glides away, claiming only the privilege to pass on his genes to the next generation. High overhead, a massive wingspan casts a dark omen. From the ether, an aerial assassin plunges with impeccable accuracy, immobilizing the target before it can flinch. The grip tightens, terra firma fades away. The former monarch of the soil is hoisted into the blue, a domain where fleeing is impossible. Dominion goes to the one who leverages their edge without a second thought. As the stillness settles, one fact stands clear: no killer stays on top indefinitely. Supremacy fluctuates with the landscape and the moment. The hunter becomes the hunted. Existence favors the flexible, not just the mighty. If this trek through nature's most lethal seconds kept you watching, tell us below. Hit like, pass this to other Wild Earth enthusiasts, and subscribe for more unseen primal wars. Until we meet again, keep in mind in the wild triumph and the grave are separated by a single heartbeat.